I didn't think this would be so hard to talk about. What's up guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I really want to kind of dive into the topic of suicidal ideation. Let me kind of rewind and explain why it is that I'm so passionate about mental health. I have a very complex and long history with depression. I've been depressed as long as I can remember. First, I want to say I am not suicidal. I don't want to commit suicide, I just think about it. It's kind of just sitting there waiting for the logical part of my brain to fall asleep. I know it's there, I know it's an option. So according to the interwebs, this is what that means. Suicidal thoughts or suicidal ideation means thinking about or planning suicide. Thoughts can range from a detailed plan to a fleeting consideration. It does not include the final act of suicide. In most cases, these are temporary and can be treated. When I was about 16 or 17, I was still in high school, and that is when I was at my peak of depression, and that, I would say, was the closest that I came to suicide. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about some things yet. So to me, suicidal ideation is passive. Think about it. It comes into my mind when I'm really stressed, and I consider it as an option, if that makes sense. But I'm not emotionally in a place where I would want that. That's kind of how suicidal ideation works in my head, is that I know it's a really easy escape route, but I would never want to take it. And if I'm being honest, it's always in my mind. It's when I feel so overwhelmed, it creeps into my mind, says, hey, I'm here, but the logical part of my brain knows otherwise. I am living my dream job. I have a great family. I love my girlfriend Aaliyah. But it doesn't mean that the depression or that the suicidal thoughts aren't there. Just because you have suicidal thoughts doesn't mean that you will commit suicide. It's just a passing thought that goes through your mind that says, hey, if you're really overwhelmed and you just feel like you can't do it anymore, pick me. I'm right here. Sometimes I feel so consumed with kind of a hate towards myself that my mental issues and my anxiety and being indecisive and moody sometimes get in the way of my relationships and friendships, and my social anxiety, that I feel sometimes like I hold people back or that I make their lives harder. That's when I really feel those thoughts creep in. If any of that makes sense, I would love for you to drop a comment below, ask me a question. Maybe some of you feel the same. Maybe I've said something that you've been too afraid to voice, so please let me know. Please drop a comment. Don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe. And leave a comment below. I would love to chat more about this, because sometimes I feel alone even when I know that there are other people experiencing the same thing. Please, 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 please know that there is no shame in asking for help. Reach out to a friend, call a family member, reach out to me. I'm always here to listen. I know that life can be so shitty, and trust me, I've been there. And if you don't feel ready to reach out to someone you know, or even me, please don't forget that there are other people that can listen, like professionals. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's completely confidential, and they're there to help and listen. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The National Suicide Prevention. The National Suicide Prevention. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.